It tells us in 2 Peter, every Christian, every single, I don't care, you wear a robe, you don't wear a robe, you preach, you don't preach, don't matter. If you put your faith in Jesus Christ, you become a priest. What that means is that you have direct connection to God. You don't need anybody else to go to God for you, right? You don't need anybody else. You don't need to ask anybody else. You don't need to pray to anybody else. You can sit there and approach the throne of your Father in heaven, just you and Him. Man, we let this thought just go out. We forget about it. We become dull to it. But you literally, at any moment, at any time, in any place, in any situation, no matter what the condition, you can close your eyes. Or if you're driving, keep them open. Either way, you can talk to the Almighty. The one who has eyes like flames, has a sword coming out of their mouth. That's so cool. And I'm often thinking, God, don't let me forget this. Don't let me grow numb to this. Don't let me grow apathetic to this truth. And there's some of us that need to hear this because we are not living our lives like sons or daughters of the King of the universe. Charles Spurgeon, he said there was one time he was visiting an elderly woman in an almshouse. It's where you were going if you were poor. And he said that his attention was drawn to a framed document on the wall of her room. It's a true story. And he asked her about it. And she said that years before, she had cared for an elderly man. And that before he died, he wrote her this little note of appreciation to say thank you. And he signed it with his signature. And then he died. And so Spurgeon knew there was something more to this paper, and so he can I take this with me? And he said after much persuasion, she let him borrow it. And when he took it to the bank officer said, "This is so wonderful. We have been wondering for years who this man left his money to." And it was more than enough money to get her out of an almshouse, to get her own home, that she didn't have to live in poverty. She was a wealthy woman. She didn't know it. She was still living in poverty. And listen, some of you here today, you are still living in poverty, even though you're a son or a daughter of the King. You are still living a life that when you look in the mirror, you don't see a son or a daughter of the Most High. You see your failures. You see your hurts, you see your past, you see your missed opportunities, you see your struggles, you see your circumstances, but you don't see the one thing that matters, that you're a son or daughter of the Most High.